Nigel Farage may have just made the political gamble of his life, and it could be the most significant roll of a political dice that most of us will ever have seen.
Now, the issue with my daughter was the final straw. Enough is enough. And I thought over the weekend, what shall I do? I could go out and try and make some real big money. I could go to the USA, where I've got plenty of offers. And then I thought, why should I be judged, today or in history in the future, by Sky News and their ilk? Why should they be the people that decide my fate when, as I repeat, I've done nothing wrong? I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a Member of Parliament for Clacton-On-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election, which should happen, I hope, in short order. No, I've decided that the people of Clacton should be the judges of my actions. This will be a people versus the establishment by-election. It's a chance to stick two fingers up to the entire establishment, to frankly tell them where to go. And that is why I will be putting my name forward to stand in this by-election. I will fight to win. I will fight to continue the political revolution that reform has started. And I would say this to you, the voters of Clacton: if I win, you win. Because if I lose, they win. And we will never, with the two old parties, get the type of fundamental change that we need to fix broken Britain. Thank you.
He's just announced that he will resign as the MP for Clacton-on-Sea, forcing a by-election that he will stand in. But how exactly did we get to this position? Over the last few weeks and months, Farage's donations and gifts have come under increased media and opposition scrutiny from his political rivals. They include a £5 million donation or gift from a cryptocurrency billionaire, which Farage says is to pay for his security. And they also include a series of smaller donations from the convicted fraudster, George Cottrell. But Farage has hit out about that today, leaving the press waiting for quite a while to hear what he was going to say in an announcement about his political future. In quite a long broadcast speech, he took aim at his political rivals and at the mainstream media, saying that they basically wanted to see him gone. Farage has long painted himself as an anti-establishment figure. It's basically been what his political life has been about, from being what he used to call the bad boy of Brexit all the way through to where he is now. He's always framed himself as a man taking on the political elite and the political establishment. And he did that again today when he effectively said that it was elements of the press and of the Labour Party and also the Conservatives who were trying to see him hounded out of office.
Good response, great response in all fairness. Some people have already voted rather postal vote. On the postal. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, not the council.
Looking into that.
I'm in Lincolnshire, which we're in control of, right just north of here. So, Andrew Jenkins.
I'm weighing it up.
You are crunching on my selfie, guys!
I've come back into it because the whole thing is such a big mess. No shock.
And he was incredibly angry in one part of the speech where he accused certain elements of the press of effectively hounding one of his children, despite him saying he'd never brought his daughter into public life. But this is an enormous risk for Farage because, let's face it, he could lose the by-election. A by-election that he has called that will cost taxpayers quite a lot of money, that he could end up actually losing. However, betting markets and opinion pollsters would suggest that it's very unlikely he will lose the Clacton by-election. He won last time with an absolutely whopping majority in a very Leave and Brexit supporting seat. And he is very popular in Clacton. The Express has been to Clacton before, and he is a very popular local MP. Labour have sort of reacted with relish to this announcement today with their deputy leader saying that they don't think that the investigations into Farage's conduct will go away just because there is a by-election. And Kemi Badenoch, speaking this evening, said that she didn't think that the cost being inflicted on the taxpayer was fair either, because by-elections come with quite whopping bills. And the Liberal Democrats have lashed out with Ed Daly effectively saying that Nigel Farage is hiding, or trying to hide, from scrutiny.
Look, this is about the future of our country. Nigel is the only man with the courage of his convictions to stand up to the establishment in the building behind me and to actually fix this country. And he is sick of being hounded by those people who don't want real change. And it's not up to them, people in oak-panelled rooms in this building, to determine who leads this country, to play judge, jury and executioner. It's the people. We live in a democracy and Nigel is the champion of the people of this country. And so we're going to test the will of the people in Clacton. And I believe that the good people of Clacton who voted for Nigel 2 years ago, who have seen the work that he's done as their Member of Parliament, a job that he loves, will vote for him and enable us to move forward now and to put ourselves on the path to getting Nigel as our Prime Minister and fixing this country once and for all. I don't think you can see the wood from the trees here, with all due respect. Britain is broken at the moment. We've got bills going through the roof. We've got stagnating wages. The small boats come across every day. Immigration is out of control. The potholes in the roads, the poor public services. This country needs change. And if it takes a by-election in one constituency to bring about that change, then so be it. That is why Nigel has the guts to put himself forward for this election. And I expect he'll win. That's ultimately in the hands of the people of Clacton. And then we can put this nonsense to bed. Because just think what's happened in the last week alone. The Tory leader has compared Nigel to somebody who was tried for conspiracy to murder. Unbelievable. You've had the Labour Party trying to change the law to stop people, British citizens, from donating to Reform, which comes on the back of them illegally cancelling the elections for 5 million people. And you've had journalists banging on the door of Nigel's daughter, someone who's got nothing to do with public life. Enough is enough. We're going to have this by-election now and let the people determine Nigel's future and ultimately the future of this country.
You said this will
well, so be it. So be it. Look, if it would be utterly absurd, but so be it. If this has to go back to the people of Clacton another time, then bring it on. But that would clearly be utterly ridiculous. Nigel has got the courage to put himself forward in this election to make his argument to his constituents in Clacton and ultimately to the country that it's not for bureaucrats and the tired old leaders of the Labour Party and the Tory Party and their acolytes in the media to determine who leads this country. It is for the people of this country. And that is what Nigel's doing in this by-election.
Are you conceding there that we might end up with a second by-election?
No, I said it would be utterly ridiculous if that happened. But Nigel has got the guts to keep fighting this. He's been fighting these causes for the people of this country as a patriot who loves Britain for 30 years. Do you think he's going to let, the Sunday Times and Sky News drag him down? No way. He's in this for the long haul. He's just getting started. He wants to lead this country and make sure we turn it around.
And is that what's happening?
Look, I don't know, but, these things may just keep coming and coming and coming. You've got the Tory Party, the Labour Party, total hypocrites, piling in. The point is, we're cutting through all of that nonsense and going straight to the people of Clacton and saying, do you support Nigel? Do you want real change in this country? If you do, then back him in this by-election and let's get this country off its knees, back to being the great country that we want it to be again. Thank you very much indeed.
All of this comes at quite an electric time in politics. We've got Andy Burnham, who could be Prime Minister in just a matter of days, and this potentially overshadowing his so-called coronation as leader of the Labour Party. There's a saying that many of you will have heard, is that a week is a long time in politics. It now seems like a day is a very long time in politics, and we've got some very interesting days ahead as we wait to see what Andy Burnham does when he becomes Prime Minister, and whether or not the other parties will contest this by-election, and of course, if Nigel Farage has done one gamble too many, and what the outcome of this by-election will be.